All right, everybody, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today we're taking a look at something that I think a lot of people are curious about,
Mhm.
and that is how these websites that are giving out, all this free health information,
Right.
how are they actually, keeping the lights on?
Yeah.
How are they able to afford to do all this?
Right.
So we're going to be looking at an excerpt that talks all about that today.
Yeah. It's a fascinating model because, it's one thing to say, hey, we're going to provide this, resource to everybody for free.
Yeah.
But, somebody's got to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's, I think one of the things that's really, really interesting about this model that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible that there are these, organizations, these platforms out there that are committed to giving people, accurate, up-to-date health information.
Yeah.
And then they even go so far as to, make sure that it's reviewed by, real doctors and stuff.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's amazing to me that it's even possible.
Yeah, and just presented in a way that, like you said, is actually understandable by
Yeah.
people, people who aren't medical professionals.
Yeah, because a lot of times you go to like these websites and it's like, you need a medical degree to
Exactly.
even understand what they're talking about.
Yeah, you've got to translate it.
Yeah, exactly.
Figure out what they're actually saying.
Yeah, and so it's like a public service, almost. But, I can imagine that it takes a lot of resources to make that happen.
Yeah, there are a lot of costs involved in providing that type of information.
Absolutely. I mean, the excerpt mentioned some of them,
Mm-hmm.
like fact-checking,
Right.
making sure that everything is accurate.
Yeah, that's paramount.
Yeah.
You can't have medical information out there that's not accurate
Yeah.
and up to date.
Yeah.
So, they're constantly, vetting the information and making sure that it's, adhering to the most current, medical guidelines and, best practices and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, medical guidelines and best practices are constantly evolving.
Absolutely.
So it's got to be an ongoing process.
It is. They probably have a whole team of people that are just dedicated to like staying up to date on all the latest research and, updating the articles and stuff.
Yeah, and making sure that they're understandable too.
Yeah, like we said, accessibility,
Right.
making sure that it's, readable and easy to understand.
Yeah. So, it's not just the doctors
Yeah.
that they're paying, but they've got, these teams of people that are constantly updating stuff and
Right.
and all that. So it's like, how do they make money?
Right.
I mean, the excerpt is pretty upfront about it.
Yeah.
It's advertising.
It is. It is advertising.
It's all about advertising.
And that's something we see, all across the internet, right? I
Yeah.
mean, we get all these services for free, and it's because they're able to sell ad space.
Exactly.
But the really interesting thing about, the way this particular platform does it
Yeah.
is they use data
Yes.
to kind of tailor everything
Yeah.
to make it even more effective.
The excerpts even mentioned something about like, they securely process your personal data or whatever. And I'm just curious, like, what kind of data are we talking about here? And how
Yes.
does it impact like what we see when we go to the website?
So they use cookies, right? And so they're gathering information like, your browsing history,
Okay.
the types of things you're looking at, the specific health topics that you seem to be interested in, and maybe even your general location.
So it's not just on their website.
So right, it could be, across the web
Yeah.
kind of stuff that they're gathering.
Wow. Okay.
And so what they do is they use that information to personalize your experience.
Oh,
So they'll show you articles and information
yeah.
that's more closely aligned with, the things that you're already looking at.
Okay. So like if I'm searching, online about, best ways to treat a cold,
Right.
they might show me articles about that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Or, like if you're looking at, healthy recipes,
Yeah.
they might show you like meal planning services or something.
Right.
So it's like they're using that data
Yeah.
to really try to give you stuff that's relevant to you.
Yeah.
And then on the advertising side,
Yeah.
that's where it gets even more, more targeted.
Yeah.
Because they can show you ads that are relevant to the things you're looking at.
So instead of just seeing random ads, it's like, oh, you're looking at, cold remedies. Here's an ad for, cough syrup or something.
Exactly. Or like tissues or,
Yeah, exactly.
over-the-counter medications.
So how do cookies play into all this?
So there are different types of cookies.
Okay.
You have session cookies,
Okay.
which are just temporary, and they basically are just used to, enhance your experience while you're on the website.
Yeah.
And then you have persistent cookies,
Okay.
which stay on your device for
Wow.
a longer period of time. And
Yeah.
those are the ones that are helping the platform remember you and
Mhm.
remember your preferences
Interesting.
and tailor the content over time.
So basically, it's all about, you know, them learning about you,
Yeah.
learning about your browsing habits and your preferences
Mm.
so they can give you a better experience and
Yeah.
show you ads that are actually relevant to you,
Exactly.
which in turn kind of supports their whole mission
Yeah.
of providing this free health information.
Because if they can show you ads that you're actually going to click on,
Right.
then they can make more money
Right.
and continue to provide the free information.
Yeah, so it's like this really interesting,
It's a loop, right?
yeah, it's like a loop, a cycle.
Yeah.
But, the excerpt also mentioned something about like securely processing your personal data,
Hmm.
which, I guess is a good thing. But it also makes me wonder
Yeah.
about like the balance between, user privacy
Right.
and, them needing to make money.
Yeah. And that's a conversation we have to have as users.
Absolutely.
Like, how much of our data are we willing to give up
Yeah.
in exchange for these free services?
Yeah, because I'm sure that there are people out there who are like, absolutely not.
Right.
I am not giving you any of my data.
Exactly.
I don't care how good the service is.
Yeah.
And then there are other people who are like, yeah, whatever.
Sure, I need the information.
Yeah, exactly. As
Yeah.
long as I'm getting what I need,
Exactly.
I don't really care.
And, it sounds like this platform is, trying to do things the right way.
Yeah.
They're talking about, securely processing data,
Yeah.
which, probably involves like anonymization techniques
Right.
and things like that to protect people's identities.
Yeah.
But it is a trade-off
Yeah, for sure.
and something to think about.
Wow. This has been a really fascinating deep dive.
It has.
I mean, it's incredible how this platform has created this model
Mm-hmm.
that, while complex,
Yeah.
tries to benefit both sides.
Yeah.
The people who need the health information
Right.
and also the advertisers.
Yeah, they're trying to find a way
Yeah,
to make it work for everybody,
exactly.
to create a sustainable model.
Yeah. And it sounds like they're doing a pretty good job of it.
Yeah.
So I guess the question for our listeners is, what do you think about this model?
Mm.
I mean, is this something that you're comfortable with?
Yeah.
Are you okay with giving up some of your data
Right.
in exchange for this free information?
Or do you think there's a better way?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you
Wow.
think this could evolve in the future?
How could it be even better?
Yeah.
So that's something to think about. And we'll see you next time for another deep dive.
All right. See you on a